In this Radaar review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this social media management tool. If you have any questions, please comment them down below, and I'll also leave a discounted link so you can always get your money's worth for Radaar. Radaar is an all-in-one social media management platform designed for handling multiple social media profiles. Once we've logged in, we come over to the overview section. Here we have buttons which lead us to various pages such as Inbox, Monitoring, Scheduler, and Analytics. We also have a notifications section, a tasks section, tutorials, discussion group, knowledge base, what's new, FAQ, and blog, as well as the option to create a ticket if you wanted to give any feedback. First up, if we go over to the Inbox section, here is where all your conversations will come from your various social media. So obviously the first step you would do is you would connect a channel. We have an array of different channels that we can add here. We've got Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram business, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, Vimeo, Google My Business, Google Search, WordPress, Webhook, Telegram, Twilio, and NetGSM. Once you've connected a channel, any messages or comments will show up in this section. We have an array of filter options. We have inbox, waiting, starred, archived, muted, sent, and deleted. And below there we have types, where we have messages, SMS, post, comments, reviews, and mentions. We have sources, so you could filter it by Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Vimeo, Google, and WordPress. We then have priority. We have all, urgent, high, normal, low, not important. Labels, assigned users. If you had multiple people, you could assign them to different people. Respondents, followers, date range, and you can also sort it by descending or ascending, as well as the rows per page. Say if you were looking for something specific, you could go and type, and you could go, you're looking for a comment from Instagram, and then you could set the date, and that would filter all those here. There's also a search bar at the top where you could search for specific messages or notifications, as well as a refresh button and actions, where you have the options to refresh, export, or have a guided tour. Below conversations we have contacts. Again, here in this section is where all our contacts would show. We can filter them by different folders, so we could go all, touched, untouched, starred, blocked, and deleted. Select our source, select our social media source. We can order it by name and received at, as well as sorting it by descending or ascending, and the rows per page. We then have that same search bar, refresh, and the action button. Below inbox we have scheduler. So if we click onto there, here this brings up a calendar view where we can obviously schedule different social media posts. If we hover over a specific date, we can see we've got a plus button and a flag. If we click on the flag, it will tell us different holidays for that date. So for example, on the 19th of August, we have Jan Mashtami, National Couples Day, and National Fajita Day. If we wanted to add a post on that date, we could just click New Post, and this takes us over to a page where we can prepare our post. We can set the date and the time that we'd want it to be posted. You would obviously connect a channel, so it could be Instagram or Facebook, and then below there we can select our type of post. So we have image, where we could drop in a file at a maximum of 100 megabytes. We can set a title and then also a caption. You could also design a post with Canva or create with Vista Create. We then also have the option for video, where again we could upload a video, a gallery, so we could do multiple photos, a link, we could just add a link there, text if we just wanted a simple post, a story, so that could be something for our Instagram story, and then also the option for a reel. Below there we also have some additional settings. We have caption variations, we have chain comments, we have tag a user, where we could tag a Facebook page name, an Instagram public account name, a LinkedIn organization, or a Twitter username. We have location, so we could search for a specific location to add to the post. And we have advanced settings, where we can assign it to a user, add a label, don't shorten the URL or shorten it, send notification only if an error occurs, or send notification when it's published, publish as public or draft or unlisted or private. You can select the button, so it says learn more, buy now, download, book now, sign up or watch video. Just publish on Reels tab or publish on feed and Reels tab. And if caption exceeds limit, then split it to flood or to trim the caption. Once you are happy there, you can obviously go on schedule and it will schedule it for that date and time, or you could duplicate it, or of course delete it. As well as clicking on the date, you can also click on the new post button here, and this will give you the options of new post, schedule post, recurring post, import, export, schedule all, or stop all. So if we went on new post, then that will just take us over to the section we were at earlier. We also have at the top little colour charts which will tell us how our post is doing. For example, yellow if it's scheduled, blue if it's in progress, green if it's published, and red if there's an error, and then grey if it was a draft. We could also filter it, so we could select the status, draft, scheduled, in progress, published or error. If we want on in progress, then that would bring up all the posts that are in progress. We have content types, where we can select from image, video, gallery, link, text, story or reel, categories, labels, and assigned users. You can also at the top skip through the months, so you could just click on there, or you could go backwards in the months. We can also click on this button here, which will let us set it to a weekly view or a list view. And we also have the actions button, where again we can select new post, schedule a post, recurring post, import, export, schedule all, stop all, randomize, posting times, or guided tour. Below scheduler we have analytics. So for analytics, as it says here, we've not yet got a board, so we need to create one. So if we go on new board, set our name for the new board, and then this takes us over to this board section here. So if we click on the plus there, we can add widgets to our analytics. We can select from conversations, timeline, by sources, by rates, by teammates, NLP, monitoring, publishing, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So if I went for conversations and timeline and clicked on add, and once we've got some data, it would show just below there. If obviously you've got multiple widgets, you also have the option to move these around. So I could move that one to there, so you could swap them over, and then you've also got the option to delete them as well. At the top, we can also set the date. So we could go yesterday, last 7 days, last 30 days, etc. We have the option for adding a new widget, which is the same as that. Export, print, and on actions, we have new widget again, reload, and guided tour. If you wanted multiple boards for different things, so you could have one for Facebook and one for Instagram, then you can go on this plus here and you can create a new board. Below analytics, we have passbook. So this is where all your different passwords will be held. So because you'll have loads of different passwords for different social media, what it's asking for is that you create a master password. So if you entered a good password into here, and then in this section here is where you could manage and edit all those passwords. Below passbook, we have utilities. Here we have a few different options. We've first got a URL shortener. So we could click on the plus there, go on new, add our link name, enter our URL, set the custom domain and a custom suffix if we want it. Go ahead and click add, and we can see now that that's created a short URL. And we then have the options to copy link, QR code, or actions, where we can edit, visit, copy link, or QR code. Below URL, we have landing pages. And if we click on new there, then we can select a new landing page. So we could go for simple letter, go on next, set a page title, and click on create. And then here we can completely edit our landing page. We could set a custom letter. We've got loads of options on the sidebar. We can set headers, text, paragraph, We can add in links or buttons. We can add images just by dragging them in, and you could then just select a file, or you could put in the link. We also have the options to view what it would look like on a desktop, on an iPad, and on a smartphone. Next to the editor, we have settings. We can customize our landing page title, the page description, keywords, set the custom domain, suffix, robots index, robots follow, revisit after, preview image, and the favicon. We also have a tracking code section where we can add a Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, and Yandex Metrica. You also have the option to preview this landing page, as well as save it, preview, copy link, QR code, duplicate, and delete. Below landing page, we have quick replies. We could click on the plus button there, and we could create a quick reply. So we could set the short name and the message, and then just go ahead and click on create. We also have the hashtag manager. Here we can search for specific hashtags. We can go on the top 25, we can go on suggestions, we can search the basket, and also search from templates. Below hashtag manager is stock library. Here we can search for stock images. If you liked a specific image, you could go on actions, preview, visit, or download. Finally, in this section, we have RSS feeds. We can go on add now, set the name for our RSS feed, and the URL. And that's pretty much everything. So what did I think of Radaar? Radaar is a fantastic social media management platform. It's an absolute must for any businesses that have multiple social media pages. It made it incredibly easy to manage your posts, messages, analytics, and even schedule future posts. It's also amazing that they added additional features like the link shortener and being able to customize a landing page. I think Radaar was fantastic and I would definitely recommend it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. In this ReachOutSuite review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this app. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I'll also leave a discounted link so you can always get your money's worth for ReachOutSuite. ReachOutSuite lets you connect with leads all around the world using personalized videos, emails, and landing pages. Once we've logged into ReachOut, we come over to the campaigns page. As we can see, we don't have any active campaigns at the moment, but if we go right ahead and go on create a new campaign, here we can first enter our campaign name. We can set our campaign goal. We can choose from reduce churn, increase conversion, book more meetings, convert trials into customers, follow up regarding delivery, get more customer reviews, onboard new customers, prevent cancellations, reactivate cancelled users, recover recurring payments due to payment failures, reduce refunds and chargebacks, reward them with discount codes, send abandoned shopping cart reminders, send appointment reminders, upsell more products, or other. So I'm going to go ahead and go for reward them with discount codes. You then have the option to set a campaign tag. And then below there, we've got landing page template. We've got a pre-made template or self-hosted landing pages. Below that, we also have advanced settings where we can set the budget, like the global max credits and the daily max credits. And we also have the options to schedule it. So we could set a specific date, time, and the end date. I'm going to go ahead and go on pre-made template. So here you can add your contacts. So we've got the choice of Zapier, B2B lead search, website leads, Pabbly, CSV, Google Sheets, and REST API. I'm going to go for B2B lead search. This will bring us over to this prospecting list. Here we can search for a specific industry. So we have loads of different options: accounting, agriculture, travel and tourism, tobacco, etc. You can also set a location, number of employees, years founded, and the job title or role. There is also an advanced section for this as well, where you can select the technologies used, the monthly AdWord budget, and keywords. I'm just going to go ahead and go on start searching. As we can see, this has brought up loads of different results here. As we can see, we've got 392 pages. We do have the option of clicking on the little plus button here, which will send these over to the match leads section. or you can tick the ones you want and go on import leads. And then once you're happy there, if you click on next, you will come over to the video personalization page. So for video personalization, as we can see, we first have digital human, and we can select our avatar. So we can select from male, female, my avatars, or backdrop. So we've got a few different avatars here. I'm going to go ahead for this one here. We can also increase the size. We can put them to the left, right, or center. There is the option of females, and we can also add a backdrop as well. Below digital human, we have video background. We can search through the images. They use Unsplash. If we were looking for something specific, we could search in there. So I could go for office. We could go ahead and use this one. There's also the option for having a video in the background. You could have something like that, cityscape, or even a rave. Next to video, we also have colours. If you just wanted a plain colour in the background, you could go ahead and search for a colour here. We've got a selection, or you can click on the colour wheel and choose which you'd like best. Below there, we have thumbnail personalisation. We have the option to enter custom text. We can insert the attribute, first name, or video duration, and you can set the custom text here. So it's automatically set to, hey, watch this video duration video we've created just for you. There is also the option to upload your own thumbnail. If you created your own, you could click on there and go and change. Below there, we have elements, which is coming soon, as is text. So in this section here is where we can actually start bringing this to life. So in here, we could go hello, and then go on insert variable and go on first name. You then can type whatever you want. We also have the option of inserting a pause. So I could insert a pause after I have an exclusive deal for you of 0.2 seconds. And then I could go right ahead and type the next part of the sentence. There's also an array of different variables. So we have custom variable where you could set your own, email, first name, last name, job title, company name, industry, website, city, or country. You can also set the speed, so it's set at 100%. If you wanted it to go slower, you could go for 75%. You also have the option of adding a soundtrack. We can play different ones. Okay, so I'm liking this one, so I'm going to go for that. We can also set the artificial intelligence voice as well. So it's automatically set to Jeff, but if I click on there, then we can select which one we'd prefer.
Hello, I am Charlie, one of the British English synthetic voices.
I'm going to go for Charlie. Obviously, if you're looking for a different language, you could select this from there, and you could also select the gender as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play the script.
Hello, I have an exclusive deal for you. In this limited offer, we are offering 10 all items.
Brilliant. Okay, so I'm happy with that. We also have the option of adding a video. So if I clicked on there, you can select from library or upload from your computer. So once you're happy, if you go on generate video and continue, and this now takes us over to the landing page. So we can customize our landing page. We can add our name, job title, and we can set a welcome message. So it's automatically set to, hey, this is a personal video message recorded just for you. I would love to hear back from you. You can add in attributes. So as you can see, first name has been entered there. You could do email, first name, last name, job title, company name, industry, website, city, country, or first name. We also have the option of uploading our own logo and uploading a background image as well. You can also set the button name. Click here and then set a colour. And then you can also add a URL link for the button. Then once you're happy there, if you go and save and continue, and this takes us over to the integration section. So you can choose an integration method from email scheduler, third-party integration, send to webhooks, add Zapier trigger. So I'm going to go for email scheduler. Here we can add a subject, set who it's from, the email address, an optional BCC, the time zone, what days we'd like it to send, the times between we want them to send, global daily limits, and then of course here we can actually write our email. Once you're happy there, if you go ahead and go and continue, here is where you can test the campaign. So you could set up a conversion tracking. You would just need to add a pixel and a snipped code at the bottom of your thank you page. Once that's all done, if you go ahead and go on activate, and if we go back to the dashboard, we can see that if it's activated, it will show up here in the active section. Now I've deactivated mine just for the sake of this review, so it will be in the paused section. And as we can see, we've got our test campaign here. Below campaigns, we have analytics. Here we have a full overview of our analytics. We could set the from and to date. So you could set it from last week, up until today, etc. We then also have people added, page visits, call to actions clicked, unique viewers, watch rate, and conversions. If we had any people, they would show here, and we've got information for their email, name, status, watch rate, and other. And we've also got the scheduled section here. Below analytics, we have library. This will show our uploads and our video history. So if we click onto here, we can see this is our first video.
Hello, I have an exclusive deal for you. In this limited offer, we are offering 10% all items.
There we go, and we can see the AI has actually generated it with the voice as well, which is quite impressive. We also have settings where we can download the thumbnail, download the video, or go to the landing page. If we go to the landing page, we can see it looks like this, and we can customize this however we want to on the edit section. If you had multiple videos, you could also search in this box here, as well as refresh the status if you are waiting for one to upload. Finally, below library, we have integrations. Here is where you can manage your integrations. So we've got third party, so you could connect Zapier. If you set up webhooks, this would show here. And then we also have API key, where you could copy this, or you could also regenerate a new key. And that's just about everything. So what did I think of ReachOutSuite? ReachOut was a fantastic application. It was really easy to create campaigns, and there was loads of different features. It was brilliant that you could import contact leads from third-party sites, and I also loved the array of customization settings for the video. I would definitely recommend ReachOutSuite. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. In this Rumble Studio review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this podcast support tool. Rumble Studio lets you conduct remote interviews and produce podcasts in a snap. Once you've logged into Rumble Studio, you come over to the dashboard. They do have a quick tutorial video right at the beginning, so if you had any queries or problems, you could watch this. As we can see at the moment, we don't have any interviews, so if we just go ahead and go on New Interview, we can set our new interview title, our interview description, which is private and optional, and then we have a few different settings we can choose from. We can choose from a blank interview, which is completely from scratch. There's a simple audio interview, which is ready to ask 2 audio questions and customize the welcome and closing messages. And then we also have podcast interview episode, ask 2 audio questions and guest information. So I'm going to go ahead and go on podcast interview episode and click on create. So this is where we create our interview questions. So first we have our welcome message. I'm going to set that to hello. We have our greeting message, and you can also add an image to decorate your page. If we click on there, you can obviously import a file, or there is files to choose from. Now these are actually music files, so we can actually add music to our first page. Then once you've chosen that, if you just go on submit, as we can see here, it's actually got a preview as well. So we've got our welcome, so we've got our greeting title and our greeting description, and then they would obviously just enter their email into there. You also have the option to view it on a mobile phone to see what it would look like on there. Below there we have guest information, so you can customize your step title. Again, obviously we can see this on the preview, and the step description. We also have customization options here, so we can set what's required. So first name field required, last name field required, profile picture field required, we could just tick that, and so on. Again, this can all be seen on the preview. The third section is the audio request. So for audio request, we can type a question that we want them to answer via their microphone. So I could type in there, what is your favourite food? Then below there we have please enable your microphone, and that gives them the option to answer there. We do have another audio request there where we can just add another question. And then below there we have our closing message. So you can set your closing message header. It's automatically sent to thank you, and the closing message. So thank you for taking the time to complete this form. There's an optional call to action text, and you can also add a website link. There's the options for hide Try Rumble Studio button and hide Celebrate Again button. And as always, we can see this on our preview. Right at the bottom here, we have the option to add steps, so we can insert an audio question for our guest. So between every step, we do have a little plus button where we have the options to add an audio question for our guest, ask in a text field, ask your guest for a picture, request a video from your participant, and so on. On the left-hand side here as well, we can see this sidebar, and we can just drag and drop different requests in. So if I decided to go for a text request after our audio request, we can drag and drop that there. So here we could type in our first guest question. You can then obviously set your description and the text field name. And as we can see on the preview, our guest would type their answer into there. Say after what is your favourite animal, I could drag in a video request. Here I could ask another question for our guest, which I want them to answer via video. And we have loads of different options here. We've also got slider request, number request. We have different messages and advice. So we can add in a recording advice, for example, and that will just give them a checklist for smooth recording. There's also advanced requests like call to action, guest info, guest referral, and multiple choice questions. So we have all these features which we can put in there to sort of create our interview for the podcast. It always just has to end with the closing message. On the next page, we have preview and theme. So we can see on the preview here, this is what our guest will see. And we can obviously just scroll along. So we've got our welcome message. They would obviously continue, enter their information, drag a profile picture like we asked. These are all optional. Then they can start answering our questions. So we've got the first one via audio. We have our second question via text. And we've got our final question via video. And then finally, we've got our thank you form at the bottom. So we can customize the guest experience by adding a branding kit. We can also select from the Rumble Studio, which it's on now, or the example podcast. If I go on new branding kit, we can add our name, our description, and our website. We can then import an image and set our color theme. Once you're happy there, just go on create. You can then add the font family, and we can just go ahead and select a font. So we can also customize the font size. We can make it smaller or bigger and select the layout as well. Once we're happy there, if we go on save, on the next tab we have share. So this has got our different invitation links. There's obviously the link where you can email invitation link or tweet invitation link. We have a QR code, the option to embed it or generate a PDF flyer. Finally, we have answers for when the guest has answered our questions, and we have the options of downloading all text content and downloading all answers from our participants. There's also the option to mix creation, where you can create a mix using your guests' answers. Once that's done, we can see that our interview shows up in the interview section. With multiple interviews, you do have the option of filtering it by text, and of course you can create a new interview. We do have some menu options where we can edit our interview, duplicate it, archive it if, say, the interview had been completed, or delete it. Below interviews, we have mixes, similar to what we just previously went on with mixes, but you can go on new, set the mix title, set the description. Do you want to start your mix using some guest answers? Yes. We can select from our interview, first interview, select from our guest, and click on create. Here we have the option to drag in some of the answers that our guest has said. Obviously with our guest we haven't got any answers at the moment, but you could just drag them in. You could add in all the audio segments, go and confirm. You could also select your music for the mix, so I could go for this one. You'd have the option of uploading your own audio, or you could drag one in, or you could choose from your favourites. Once they're dragged in, you can obviously generate your new export, and that will create your mix. Right at the bottom, there's also a preview section, where you can preview your mix before exporting it. Below mixes, we have the materials section, where we have file library. Here is where all the audio and the music will show up. Anything that you've uploaded as well will also show up in this section. There's also the export section. Now say if we exported our mix, or we exported the interview, then this would show up here. And below there, we have branding kits, where you have the options to select from either Rumble Studio, the example podcast, or create your own. To create your own, you'll just click on new. Obviously we did this earlier and set our colour scheme and brand. That's just about everything. So what did I think of Rumble Studio? Rumble Studio made interviews and podcast questions simple. It takes away all the stresses you could have with interviewing a guest. I love the customization options and being able to drag your questions in, whether that's audio, video or text based. So would I recommend Rumble Studio? Absolutely, I would definitely recommend it. Thanks very much and I'll see you next time. In this shopper.com review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this website. Shopper.com is a website that lets you manage your product promotions from one place and share your branded links to improve discoverability and conversations. Once you've logged in, you'll come over to this dashboard. Straight away, you can upload your own cover photo just by clicking the button here, and you also have the option to edit your profile. On Edit Your Profile, there's the option to upload a profile picture, change your store title, store name, add a short description about your store, add up to 3 social media links, or make your account private. On the right hand side, there is 4 boxes, the first one saying Promote a Product. If we click on the arrow there, as we can see there, all we have to do is just add the product link. Once you've entered a link and click Continue, we're brought over to this page where we can adjust the product name, select the monetization option from default, custom or disable, and we can also add a custom product image. You do also have the option of just using the one that's brought over from the link. Below the monetization options is a box that says have you tried this product, where you can obviously share your views or expert tips. You do have the option as well to save to a new collection. So if you click onto there, you can add the name of your collection. Once you've saved the product, you do have the option of sharing it. Now you can share this across social media or you can just copy the link. We can see that this collection is now showing up in our dashboard. Now if we click onto the collection, we do have the option of adding a cover image. At the moment, our collection is on private, but of course you can make this public. You would do that obviously when you've added more products. There is also the option to add an affiliate disclaimer. If we click onto there, we can see it automatically gives us an affiliate disclaimer, but you can obviously type your own. That's the same with cookie policy, privacy policy, and terms of use. Back at the home screen, if we click on the add button just next to the search box, we have the option to obviously add a product, which we've already done, add another collection, or also add a coupon or a deal. So if we click onto coupon, so this is for submitting a coupon. You can see there it says you get paid every time someone uses your coupon code. So for example, Nike UK, add our custom code. Once we've entered a short description, if we just click next, you can upload a custom image, add any additional information, and add an expiry date if needed. Once you're happy and you just click submit, we can see straight away it's created a coupon for us. We also have the option of creating a deal. So if we click onto there, you would just enter the link to your deal, click continue, and we can upload a deal image, add a deal title, a deal description, and again, an expiry date. Once we click submit on there, again, that's created a custom deal for us. On the home page, we can see, again, obviously our collection is there. So if we go over to deals next to products, we can see there we've got our custom deal for £25 off and our discount code as well. If we go back into our shoes collection, so we only have one product in our shoes collection at the moment. Obviously to add another one, we would just click on the plus and add another product link. But what we can do with our existing product is if we just hover over it, so we do have the option to click this star button and add it to our featured list. There is also the option to add a comment. If we click onto there, we could just add comment. And then of course there's the option to share the product. If you have a wide selection of different products, you could obviously search for them in here. Click on show all results and it'll bring up all your products. On the right hand side, we can obviously filter it by products, deals, shops, and shoppers. Also, right at the very top, just next to the notifications button, if we hover over there, we can see we have a few different options. We have the option to switch store, my profile, settings, earnings, payments, upgrade, appearance, or log out. If we just go over to earnings, once you've started making sales, you'll be able to get the information for it over here. We can obviously filter it by last 30 days, today, a week, a month, or set a custom amount. It's got data for our clicks, our sales, our revenue, and then all-time revenue. Just below earnings, we have payments. If we just click on there, this is where it will display all your earnings. And once you've started making sales and earning money, you do have the option to withdraw this. It's also got payments in progress and the total amount paid. There's also the appearance section. If we just click onto there, this generates a preview of how our store would look. It shows what it would look like on a smartphone and also what it would look like on the web. You do have some options for customization here. So we have light or dark. So that's what it will look like with the dark appearance. We can customize accent color. So at the moment that's orange. We can change it to pink, green, yellow, purple, or blue. Next to theme, we also have logo. Again, we can just add our custom logo. Once we go back to home, we can see that our store has been updated. So what do I think of shopper.com? I think it's a really great website to share your branded links and manage your product promotions. It was super easy to use and I had no problems at all navigating around. They made it really simple to add product links and make discounts and coupons. I also really like the customization options for the store. It would be cool for maybe a few more options to be added to this. Maybe you could customize the layout or something like that. Overall, I think it's a fantastic website and I would definitely recommend. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. In this ShoutOut review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this video tool. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I'll also leave a discounted link so you can always get your money's worth for ShoutOut. ShoutOut lets you automatically generate branded video content featuring real customer testimonials. Okay, so once you log in to ShoutOut, it asks you who you are and what you do, and it'll ask you to give your project a name. So I'm going to go ahead and call this test project, and then if we go ahead and click on next, that's then going to create our project for us. So we can now create and edit our video. We can copy and send the invite link, scan the QR code, or embed a widget to capture videos. Press record or upload a file to record yourself. Then view, edit, and share your videos. So I'm going to go ahead and click on finished. Okay, so this has just created an automated video for us. I'm just going to go ahead and give this a watch. It's just a short 8-second video.
Hello, this is your ShoutOut test video.
And as we can see, that's our test video. Now we have a couple of options here. We have the option of modify, and this takes us over to an editor section. So the first section we've got is logo. Here you could upload your own logo as a PNG file. You could set it as a default, or you could choose from the list. And the list here has got loads of different logos. As we can see, we've got apologies, congratulations, deepest sympathy, get well soon, good luck. I'm just going to go for that one. But you can also select, so there's announcements, business, celebrations, and messages. The next section we've got is music. So here you could turn music off, or you could upload your own music as an MP3 file, or we can select from the list. So we could filter it from corporate, energetic, quirky, romantic, somber, tropical, uplifting, rock, heavy, Christmas, and celebration. And as we can see, we've got quite a few different examples here. So I'm liking that one, so I'm going to go for that. It's also worth noting as well that you have a music volume setting. So we've got low, medium, high, or very high. I'm going to leave this on medium. Next up is intro. So on this section, we've got the video section. So we have a few different settings here where we can trim it to a particular length. We could also add a zoom, and then you can obviously play it, skip forwards, backwards, turn the sound off, or turn the music off. So on this video section here, we have a few options. There's a couple of categories on this drop down. We've got ShoutOut, arts, business, education, health, hospitality, real estate, retail, trade, ShoutOut cards, location, legacy, colours, or personal. So I've just put it on business and then reviews, as we're doing a review now. And then we've got this example here. That's absolutely fine, so I'm going to go for that one. Next to video, we have frame. We can obviously turn this off, or we can choose from the list. So we've got loads of different examples here. We've got categories, creative, business, general, or teleconferencing, which is dual screen, colour, type, and style. I'm going to go for this one here. Next we have logo, so you can tick place logo on intro. Obviously we selected this logo earlier, and I could just drag this around and place that in the middle and resize it. We also have text, where we could click the plus there and we could add some text. We've got the standard text settings there. Font, where you can select a font, the size, the colour, highlight, the alignment, and contributor input. Once we're happy there, we could go on save and exit, and that's just going to process a preview for us. We also have the option of clone, if we wanted to clone this, disable, or delete. Once that's processed, I'm going to come back to that. Next to it over here, we have capture tools, where we have the option of a QR code, copy invite link, embed widget, email invite, record video, or upload clips. So if I went on record video, that would take us over to here. We could go on start, and that's going to ask to use our camera and microphone, and we could record something with our webcam. There's also the option to upload clips, where you can set a label and upload your own video. Next to there we have settings. Here you could set your video options, so you could set a description, you could set if subtitles are visible by default, the maximum user video duration, if approval is needed, the invite link mode, so finished video, clip, or multiple clips and images, invite link settings, request contributor information, and email notifications. Next to settings we have stats. So this gives us landed, started, uploaded, and finished. So obviously we've just got the one video, so if we go over landed, that is the number of times the upload link has been viewed. We've got ours as 1, and then started, the number of people who clicked start on the upload link. As we can also see to the left, our video has now finished processing. So if we click on there, and let's give it a watch, and there we go, we can see right at the beginning, it's got our logo, our intro we chose, and our text. Below there, we have this section here, where we've got a videos tab, a data tab, where once we've got videos to display, we can actually download the data as a CSV file. We also have playlists. Where you could click on new playlist and add a few videos into there. Got make compilation, where your videos and clips will show, and you can add them together. As we can see, we've got a timeline there. So you could add them all together and compile them into a compilation. And then finally, we have shares. This is obviously just for one project. If you wanted to create a new project, you just go ahead and click on new project, and you can select if you wanted to make a shout out video, a Q&A video, or a review video. So if you wanted to make a Q&A video, you could send a link to record and upload interview answers that get automatically added to your template and turned into a Q&A video. You also have the options to choose if the video is landscape, portrait, square cropped, or square fitted. And here for the Q&A video, you can actually put your questions in that you want to ask contributors. Then if you click on next, you can name your project, and it will create this as a new project. There we've got the same options where we can select our logo, music, our intro, our contributor page where we can ask questions, our outro, any transitions, video options, and sharing options. With the sharing options, you can actually add your own custom title, a sharing description, and sharing hashtags. And that's pretty much everything. So what did I think of ShoutOut? ShoutOut made it really easy to create branded video content. Although I didn't have any of my own testimonials to add, you could see how easy it was to create a video. I love the whole range of customization options and the choice of logos and music. ShoutOut was a great app, and I would definitely recommend it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.